Good evening. We invite you to watch the English Chinese news on Central Television Channel of Đồng Province. Yesterday, member of the Party Central Committee, Secretary of Đồng Provincial Party Committee Nguyễn Hồng Lĩnh, received and worked with Israeli hospital Hadassah in the field of healthcare. At a meeting, Professor Yaron Allen, director of Israeli hospital Hadassah, introduced the hospital model and healthcare application on smartphones to people. The application also makes treatment of patients and healthcare providers. Speaking at the meeting, Vice Chairman of Provincial Board Committee Nguyễn Xuân Hùng proposed to the Provincial Party Committee to pilot Israeli healthcare applications at some large hospitals in the province, such as Đồng Nai General Hospital, Thống Nhất Đồng Nai General Hospital. Concluding the meeting, member of the Party Central Committee, Secretary of Provincial Party Committee Nguyễn Hồng Lĩnh emphasized that digital transformation in the health sector is necessary. The implementation of Israel's healthcare application will promote the Ministry of Health policy of implementing the family doctor model and increase the proportion of patients with a family doctor in Đồng Nai. The Provincial Party Secretary approved the proposal of Provincial People's Committee. As part of activities towards celebrating the second Vietnam-France Friendship Congress in the Đồng Province, term 2024-2029. Yesterday, at Trung High School in Hoa City, the Vietnam-France Friendship Association of the Province held a ceremony to award prizes for the competitions the association has organized in the past time. At the ceremony, the organizers awarded 45 prizes for painting contest, deepening the friendship between Vietnam and France, and 8 prizes for the French speech contest. Among those prizes, there are 2 first prizes in the painting contest, deepening Vietnam-France friendship, and 2 first prizes in the French speech contest. These competitions are activities to create a playground to have young generation, especially students, have the opportunity to learn about the country and French people, about the solidarity and friendship between the two peoples. At the same time, promote the image of the country and people of Vietnam to French friends. Yesterday, the Provincial Military Command coordinated with the Provincial National Assembly delegation to organize a thematic meeting between National Assembly deputies and the armed forces in the province. At the meeting, the constituents, who were officers and soldiers of military units stationed in Đồng Nai Province, Đồng Nai Provincial Police and Provincial Military Command, make recommendations to the National Assembly and relevant agencies to pay attention to solving difficulties and procedures for land use certificates for military personnel, social insurance, environmental pollution at brick kilns in Long Thanh District, Long Thanh International Airport, military recruitment, preferential treatment for young officers, etc. Lieutenant Colonel Nguyễn Hữu Quang, Deputy Director of Warehouse K752, General Department of Defense Industry, Ministry of National Defense, said, speaking about the situation of people enroaching on Bùi Văn Hòa Street causing traffic jams, I respectfully hope that provincial leaders pay attention to avoid traffic congestion. Lieutenant Colonel Nguyễn Văn Oánh, Deputy Political Commissar of Missile Regiment 93, Division 367, said, our air defense force always has to be ready, so it's very difficult to have our families. I hope that National Assembly delegates will convey their desire for a preferential policy for young officers. In addition, voters also made many recommendations and suggestions for the Provincial National Assembly delegation to submit to the 7th session 15th National Assembly. Concluding the meeting, Comrade Võ Minh Cường, Deputy Secretary of Provincial Party Committee, had a National Assembly delegation of the province that the opinions of armed forces voters in the province are extremely relevant and need to be resolved timely. Comrade Võ Minh Cường, Deputy Secretary of Provincial Party Committee, head of the National Assembly delegation of that province, said, Our National Assembly delegates and Army delegates will study how to be suitable. At the same time, head of the Provincial National Assembly delegation, Wang Minh acknowledged all opinions of voters and committed to synthesizing recommendations to ministers, branches, government, and National Assembly, thereby promptly resolving and make appropriate amendments to practice. On the occasion of the 49th anniversary of liberation of the South and reunification of the country, April 30th, 1975, April 30th, 2024, and liberation of Xuân April 9th, 1975. Yesterday, Comrade Cao Tiến Dũng, member of the Standing Committee of Provincial Party Committee, head of the Provincial Party Committee's Mass Mobilization Committee, and leaders of Xuân District Party Committee, People's Council, People's Committee, Vinafara Front Committee, officers, and people solemnly visited and laid wreaths at the district martyrs' temple. This is the place to name for the 59 heroes and martyrs who died through two resistance wars against France and against the U.S. to save the country. In a solemn and respectful atmosphere, the delegation laid a wreath bearing the words, "Eternal gratitude to the martyrs, remembering and thanking the sacrifice of martyrs for the independence, freedom, and happiness of the nation." In front of the heroes and martyrs, the party and the people of Xuân District are determined to strive to successfully implement the goals and tasks set by the District Party Committee. By the end of March, Ministry had allocated more than 625 trillion dong of public investment capital, reaching more than 95% of the plan assigned by the Prime Minister. Public investment capital disbursement is estimated to have reached nearly 14% of the annual plan for 2024, up 3.7% compared to the same period last year. This shows a positive change in accelerating the implementation and disbursement of public investment capital from the beginning of the year. Investment preparation has been more careful, management has been more flexible, and many projects have accelerated from the beginning of the year, reaching the finish line ahead of schedule. This year, the country has allocated 657 trillion dong for public investment. If all of this capital is disbursed, GDP will increase by an additional 0.3 percentage points in order to complete at least 95% of public investment capital disbursement this year. It is necessary to continue to remove obstacles, improve policies and mechanisms, and land clearance work. Focus on determination of land origin, land prices, and material prices, so that public investment capital continues to be an important driving force for economic growth.